The world's preeminent business growth expert, Jay Abraham.
Jay is not you.
Jay showing you how to find more money. He's making it rain.
This is a man that you cannot afford to be without.
1-800-88-12345. This is the ultimate entrepreneur with Jay Abraham.
Hi, it's Paul Durante. Today's show, the psychology of successful entrepreneurship. How you think and how your customer thinks. Michael E. Gerber has been called the world's #1 small business guru. He's the inventor of the Dreaming Room. It's the only entrepreneurial incubator of its kind.
Those breakthroughs don't happen in the conscious mind. They happen unconsciously.
Also on the show, Michael Fishman, world-famous entrepreneurial speaker.
And when you speak to people in the language they speak, that generates a tremendous amount of affinity, a tremendous amount of connection and compassion, and that is where people feel understood, which is a huge component to them buying from you.
Michael Fishman and Michael Gerber, the psychology of you and your business. MacWeldon.com, MacWeldon.com. Think about the first thing we put on, the last thing we take off. Great socks, great underwear, great t-shirts equals great confidence. MacWeldon.com, years of experience in crafting underwear, shirts, and socks. They're the best. Go to MacWeldon.com, use the promo code ULTIMATE for 20% off the entire order. You can wear the underwear 5 days in a row and not stink. We don't recommend it, but it's nice to know that you can. MacWeldon.com, MacWeldon.com, promo code ULTIMATE for 20% off the entire order. Michael Fishman on the way. Here's Jay and Michael Gerber.
Michael, it is absolutely a privilege and honor and a pleasure. You and I go back a long way to some of the seeds of really emergent entrepreneurship, and you've probably done more than anyone I know, and that's with great, great, great respect, to make a difference. We're going to talk today about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about myths, e-myths, and we're going to talk about dreaming. And I want to start by a quote on your website because I love it. You talk about your website is the place where original thinking is held at a premium and where passion is the key to admission. I love that. So let's go back for a few minutes in history because you've seen a lot of things emerge, evolve, devolve. Give me a real quick 2 or 3 minute take on your view of the current status and the future of entrepreneurship in the United States.
The current status isn't a happy one. Everybody and anybody listening to me knows of the economic debacle that's occurred in the United States and, of course, has been occurring worldwide. Entrepreneurship is both at the effect of that and effectively the antidote to that. Unfortunately, most institutionalists, which is what government bureaucrats are, don't understand entrepreneurship at all. They think it's all about jobs. They think it's all about jobs, and in fact, it is all about jobs, but they got the name wrong. It's about Steve Jobs. It's about every single extraordinary entrepreneur who's invented any venture that takes the world beyond where it was before. So that's, to me, what entrepreneur is all about. It's about the creator. It's about what Walt Disney calls the Imagineer. It's about the inventor. It's about the innovator. It's about the one who sees the world in a different pattern, in a different way, in a different shape, and in a different form.
So I'm a run-of-the-mill, non-inspired, let's say confused and conflicted entrepreneur or proprietor right now, and I need to up my game. I need to get serious about what you just talked about creating ideas, adding innovation, imagineering, dreaming. What do I do?
Well,
how do I do it?
What you do, first of all, is come join me and dream with me. Come to the Dreaming Room. Now,
you have a dreaming room.
Pitch. Yeah, we do have a dreaming room, Jay. You know about the dreaming room. In the dream, which I call a dreaming room, which I call a blank piece of paper and beginner's mind, we strip the participant of all of their beliefs, all of the things they believe is true about their business, about the world, about themselves, about life, and simply say, let's begin it anew. And we begin it anew through a process I've invented as a product of over 40 years of working on small businesses, by working on small business owners to truly inspire them to see everything around them differently. And so the Dreaming Room enables people to do that. So that's what I'm saying to anybody listening. Just shut up. Don't think about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it, because I can do this with a kid. I can do this with an old guy.
Yeah, let's do a little demonstration right now, because I'm the advocate of the market, and I know the body of your work, and I know the impact you can make. Do this right now. Give me a reflective activity, an action, an internal or external step or stage somebody can take right now if they are an active or an aspiring entrepreneur to see that their dream can be evolved.
Okay, right now, what I want you to do is just shut down for a moment. Just shut down and stop thinking for a moment. Just imagine that, in fact, everything you own and everything you believe to be true is absolutely wrong. That, in fact, none of it is what you had hoped it would be. Just imagine that for a moment and take it in, that everything I do and everything I think to be true is absolutely the opposite of what's true. If that's true, then the only question is, who am I? And what is the world? And now I want to give you a little exercise.
Okay.
I want you to simply write down, without any thought whatsoever, the first inspired thought that comes to mind. Just write it down. And then write down a second one. And they're not related. They're never going to be related. They're completely unrelated. Just do that. Do that. Take 2 minutes to do that.
This is the ultimate entrepreneur. Paul Durante and Jay Abraham were in the Dreaming Room with Michael E. Gerber. Inc. magazine called him the world's #1 small business guru. Michael, when you participate in this exercise, what happens?
I guarantee you something amazing is about to happen. So in the Dreaming Room, we talk about your dream, your vision, your purpose, and your mission.
And Michael, I'm going to step on you 1 second, because
do it.
What I love about your work is twofold. You evolve, and the old adage is you grow or die. And second, you're focusing on disarmingly, stunningly, elegantly simple elements that most entrepreneurs, whether they're mature, startup, struggling, successful, never reflect on, and you're challenging everyone to grapple with them in a whole new paradigm, a whole new light of reflection, and that's the only way you really come up with breakthroughs.
Absolutely. And what's true too, Jay, and you know this because you are this, those breakthroughs don't happen in the conscious mind. They happen unconsciously. But you have to prepare yourself in your conscious state to be able to access your unconscious, or even more importantly, my saxophone teacher told me when I was 12 years old, you don't make music, Michael. Music finds you. Your job is to practice.
You've had some good mentor teachers.
I sure have. Every single teacher I've had, not the ones in school, they were waste. But the great teachers I had, the guy who taught me how to sell encyclopedias, the guy who taught me how to play the saxophone, the guy who taught me how to frame a house, those masters of what ended up being divine work, because they approached it divinely, absolutely remarkably, in an entire way, touched my thinking and the way I behave in the world, so much so that I never would have become who I am had it not been for them.
This is the ultimate entrepreneur, Paul Durante and Jay Abraham with Michael E. Gerber, whose companies have helped tens of thousands of small business owner clients successfully transform their business into world-class operations.
Is there one either story, one example, and it can be historic, it could be new, it can be from the new book you're working on, from the derivatives of all the wonderful E-Myth books, the vertical versions, because you're doing an expert series. I love to leave people with a reflective story or a metaphor or something that's a case study that haunts them positively day and night, day and night, day and night. What's a great haunting story that they'll go, that darn Michael Gerber, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. Now I'm driven to accomplish more.
Well, all the pushback that I've received over the years, Jay, when I say to people that the system is the solution, I say to people that you first of all have to understand your primary aim, your strategic objective, your organizational strategy, your management strategy, your people strategy, your system strategy, your marketing strategy, etc. People look at me like I'm living in another world. And then I get a call from a guy out of the blue. His name is Roger Ford. ROGER.